Men going their own way. I just love that dirty little corner of YouTube.
Hello and welcome to The Ordeal. This is a man called the Wounded Viking, and he obviously is against MGTOW. No, I don't really claim to be MGTOW. I have a wife, so if I am MGTOW, I'm a pretty bad one. And I think that, men should be getting into relationships, long-term committed relationships. That's what is best for society. Now, I understand why men are not, and we're going to talk about that. Anyway, let's take a look, see what else he has to say here. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Where you have all the angry males together, hating all the women. Women are demons, and you're all watching this preacher, usually with a very masculine, deep voice, a strong jawline, a big beard, dominant, alpha. And he's telling you his stories and his tales.
There are plenty of MGTOWs. I don't have a beard, and I'm not big. I'm a small man. Sure, I have a chiseled physique because I exercise on a regular basis and I don't eat excessive amounts of food. Other than that, I don't fit the stereotypical alpha because I'm not this big bruiser guy. I don't, and I'm here going, do what you want to do. I'm not telling you what to do. It isn't as cut and dry as you think it is here, Mr. Wounded Viking. There are lots of different types of people who support this element in our culture.
About women being demons and taking half, and how they're going to cheat on you whether you like it or not.
Women don't take half. Women cannot be evil, cannot hold evil in their hearts. Women don't ever cheat. Women have agency. They can do what they want to do. It's not like they are slaves or chattel, as Joe Biden would have you believe.
And how they're unable to be rational and faithful. And you're taking it all in, sucking it all up, because you love it. You love it. He is cooking your favorite meal every single day. So you keep coming back to eat it. And you're watching his videos, trying to become smarter. So next time you're ready. Spoiler alert. That guy talking to you, preaching to you, he's not your friend. He doesn't want you to evolve and be better. He needs you and wants you to keep on coming back. So what they're doing is they create an echo chamber that literally echoes all of those internal sentiments which are constantly brewing in your gut. All of those insecurities. And they know your insecurities because most people...
Insecurities. Oh man, this is not... Karen Strawn. You think Karen Strawn is doing this to promote MGTOW? You think that she cares? Karen Strawn, Girl Rights What? It's pointing out the fact that, hey, we have a society that is female-centric. Women hold all the power when it comes down to it, and it's true. They do. I know that there's a lot of people out there that think that's not true, that I'm talking crap. Oh my gosh, women, the U.S. soccer team, female women's soccer team doesn't make as much money as the men's soccer team. Therefore, they don't have any power. Don't you know? That's how it works. Money is power. Yeah. Any one of those girls could just go bat her pretty little eyes at some rich guy and have all the power that she needs. He's making stuff up. He's lying. Let's take a listen and see what he says.
Have the exact same insecurities. And that's why every single time they give you an anecdotal story about what happened to them in their past, the male protagonist always happens to be a short, fat, balding guy. See, what they do is...
All right, I'm not a short, fat, balding guy. I have one of those qualities. I'm short. Not terribly short, but I am short. Not fat at all. Not losing my hair. So, I don't know what to tell you. When I tell you stories about my life, the anecdotes that I tell you, when I'm the protagonist, don't fit your stereotype there, buddy.
They form an actual Voltron of your biggest insecurities. So they know without a doubt that one of those things is going to trigger you. Chances are pretty high that if you're into this men going their own way content, you are either short, balding, out of shape, or just overall plain insecure. So they want you to be able to relate. And they are making up situations that never happened.
Wow, there's so many guys I've watched in the MGTOW community who don't fit the description. And they don't even, I've never heard them give anecdotes saying, hey, look, so I knew this guy who was short, fat, and bald, and he went out and he did this amazing thing, and then women fell in love with him. Or hey, he just like went his own way and everything got better for him or any of that stuff. They do, I'm sure, sometimes have those stories, but usually they don't even describe the man that they're talking about. Usually it's pointing out women's hypocrisy. Like I watched one recently. This girl's like, all men they're just getting women pregnant and walking away. All they do is go around raw dogging these women and then they get them pregnant. And it's like, dude, you can say no. You can say, hey, you put on something before you do that with me. You have agency. You're an adult human being, aren't you? And she had no rebuttal for that because it's true. These women want to point the finger at men and say it's all their fault. And this guy's doing the same thing, saying, it's your fault because you've fallen. Oh, you believe these lies of these MGTOW. You're just being insecure and stupid. That's what his message is. If you are going onto MGTOW sites and enjoying them in any capacity, he's saying that you're stupid.
They're making up stories because they know they can spoon feed them to you, because you're going to love the stories, because it confirms all of the lies that you've been telling yourself. It confirms
all lies I've been telling myself. Believe me, I've lived it. No lies I'm telling myself. I'll tell you a little story right now. This is 100% true. They hired this girl, and not too long after they hired her, 8 weeks, I think, they fired me because she said I sexually harassed her. And women have that power. They can just point a finger and say, hey, he sexually harassed me, and then boom, you're done. Your life's ruined. It was not an important job to me. It was unskilled labor. I wasn't making that much money. I didn't have very, very high bills, fortunately. So a week later, they hired her because she's crazy. And how do I know that? Because I called unemployment. I applied for unemployment, and when they call you, they do an interview. If you've never done unemployment before, what they do is they call your employer to get their side of the story, and then they call the employee to get their side of the story, and then they see how well they match up and decide whether or not you're going to get unemployment. Because if you do certain things, you're not going to get unemployment, right? You don't get unemployment for breaking the law. It's your job, for example. But the unemployment, the person on unemployment who is determining whether or not I deserve unemployment said, yeah, when we interviewed your employer, they said that she was crazy and we had to fire her a week later. I went to work for the company that she had come from, and they had fired her. They had fired her for theft and dishonesty. Wow, imagine that. What a stellar woman that we should have out there in the world who's going to be kind-hearted and honest and truthful and just be upright and forthright and all that stuff. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I have other stories like this too that I could talk about. I had this girl, all I did was I asked her if she wanted to grab a cup of coffee. So she came up with some lame excuse like, I don't drink coffee. I'm like, well, neither do I. We were walking out of the gym after a yoga class. Like, hey, you want to grab a cup of coffee? I talked to this girl for weeks, just talking. She's like, I don't drink. I'm like, I don't either. We can get something else. I mean, it's fine. And then she's like, well, I'm not dressed for it. I'm like, we're both wearing workout clothes. Everybody goes to this coffee shop wearing workout clothes. It's no big deal. And then she came with another excuse. She was like, oh, well, I have to go do homework. Okay, well, go do homework then. I'll talk to you later. And then she tried to get me banned from the gym for stalking because of that incident. That she explained that whole incident to the general manager. Because I know that she explained that incident to him because he pulled me aside and said, hey, I need to talk to you. This girl says you're stalking her. That was what he said that I was doing, was that whole incident I just explained to you. And that was an example of me stalking her. And he's like, have you ever followed her? I'm like, no, I don't know what she's talking about. So yeah, these women are insane. All I have to do is say, no, thank you. And she, in fact, in her case, as I figured out later, she could have said, no, thank you, I have a boyfriend. Okay, that's fine. Have fun with the rest of your day. I'll see you later. I don't have a problem not talking to women. What I have a problem with is women going, hey, you said something to me and that's offensive.
that little negative voice in the back of your head that has been telling you you're not good enough. The girl's not with you because you're balding. The women don't respect you because you're not tall enough. They only want 6'4" and up. That's all they want.
I don't believe any MGTOWs are saying women only want men who are 6'4" and up. They will point out that, yeah, women do want men who are at least 6 feet tall. And if you look at dating websites, that's what you see. On women's profiles, they want a man who's 6 feet tall. That's why I don't have any success on dating websites. I am a short man. And it's not that I'm unattractive, like I'm mini Chad, right? So what you could say is, like, if you're going to the grocery store and you're going to buy a banana, you're not going to pick out, like, the banana you don't want unless you absolutely have to. There's no other choice, right? You're going to be like, hey, I can pick out any banana that I see here. It's going to be exact one I want. It's going to be the right shape, right size, right color, everything. You know, level of ripeness, whatever you want to call it. Boom, you pick out that banana. That's what online dating is for women. Now, women, when they see me in person, are generally more interested in me. I would have more success in person than I would on online dating. And it's because they look, oh, What is available to me? Hey, this is the cutest guy I've seen all day. Maybe I'll go flirt with him. Not that I'm bad looking at all, but it's the only thing that really holds me back is, yeah, like I've said many times in this video. And there was that famous Dateline video.
An indisputable rule of love. Height matters. How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
This is Stu, and Rob, who's 5'3", and David, 5'6". We recruited a few taller men and put them in lineups behind a two-way mirror. Then we invited groups of women to choose a date. Since doctors are hot, we gave Rob an MD. The lady's choice?
Andrew, I would say math.
No, Rob. We upped the ante and told the women that besides being a doctor, he was also a best-selling author and champion skier who just built his own ski house.
Does that affect your choices? He's still short.
So what would it take to get a date for Stu at 5 feet? We made him a millionaire.
No?
Not for me.
Nothing worked.
Goddamn women, how dare they be so superficial? It is the oldest.
It's not that women are superficial. It is not that women are superficial. It's that women point at men and say, you're not allowed to be superficial. How dare you judge me based on my looks, my weight, any of that stuff, my height, the color of my hair, how I wear makeup. You're not allowed to judge me on any of that stuff. But yet women are allowed to judge men on those things.
Trick in the book. They are disguising opinions and very subjective observations as facts. Because if you feel that way, and I tell you, you have a right to feel that way, well, I guess that makes it a fact. It's a fact that all women are gold diggers. To put it...
I don't know that any man is claiming that all women are gold diggers. I mean, even if I looked at one MGTOW recently, he did an interview. He's an independent MGTOWer, and then he did an interview on a MGTOW show, and they had 3 girls there, and he was like, well, these girls are pretty reasonable when it comes to their requirements for a man. We speak in generalities. People tend to speak in generalities. You want to sit here and nitpick and say, well, you said this, but look, there's an exception right here. Yeah, my wife is an exception. My wife doesn't... I lost my job. My wife was like, okay, so you'll get another job eventually. Don't worry about it. Women aren't so demanding that they won't accept less than perfect. We're seeing a rise in the number of women who refuse to accept less than perfect.
Very simple. They are the drug dealer and you're the addict. They are not interested in giving you a cure. They're not interested in making you independent from that drug.
Well, through the work that I've done on YouTube, watching videos, coming to understand civilization, our modern society better, and the way that women are perceiving men and their lives, my life has gotten much better. I don't sit there and watch. I don't know anybody who would sit down and watch. Sounds ridiculous. She would sit down at the YouTube and watch a MGTOW video and go, hey, this guy's got something that's going to help me get better. It's going to help me feel better. It's going to help me be better. Oh, he's talking about women who are abusive of men. Yeah, that's it. No, it's important to understand the female mindset if you're a man. These were things that I was missing. I was listening to what women say and not interpreting their true meaning or their true intentions. And we can see those true intentions based on their actions. And we can understand those true intentions based on their actions. There was a study done. Women have more orgasms and more intense orgasms when they are with someone they are cheating with. So a woman would rather be married and cheat because the sex is better. Why did that happen? Why did that develop in human beings, in human women? That response system. Maybe it's because women need to have the stability of one man to raise their children, but that man does not give the offspring the best chance of survival into the future. So, hey, they go and find a Chad to cheat with. That Chad then gives them the DNA that will ensure their offspring survive better. And women are more likely to get pregnant if they have bigger and more frequent orgasms. Okay, Mr. Viking? Stuff is not difficult to understand. You just have to do a little bit of research and you can figure it out.
Their drug is their content. And they need you to come back for more and more and more. So do you really think they're going to offer you a viable solution? Why would they do that? Why would they undercut their own business model? Okay,
I'm not a MGTOW, so maybe this doesn't apply to me, but I'll offer you a viable solution right now. Go to the foreign market. That's what I did. I found a wife who is not American, and everything seems to be working out fine. Not that, foreign women can't divorce or cheat or any of that stuff, but They just have a mindset that is involved in having a long-term relationship more so than American women do. American women see this as a smorgasbord of I can have pretty much any man I want.
To help you, a stranger, a overweight, balding, short stranger for that matter. You see what I did there? It's so simple, guys. Stop being bamboozled. Watching these propaganda videos is not gonna make your life any better.
Propaganda videos. Yeah, propaganda videos. This guy sounds like he's never sat down and watched a MGTOW video. Sounds like he's never watched one. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's really straightforward stuff. I don't know why you are like way out in left field trying to play this game. Now he goes on to like advertise. He's got like some sort of life coach business, I guess, apparently. I just gave him probably better and more advice than he's going to give you with this entire program. He wants to say all this stuff is true, then why do we see things like women screaming about killing all men? How about this? Wow. Misogyny and the patriarchy are so prevalent in our society that buildings are sexist. Crazy. Oh, your 7-year-old cousin, this is a male cousin, by the way, I have read part of the article enough to know, is sexist. Yeah, sure he is. He's 7. 7-year-old boys pick on 7-year-old girls. That's what they do. 7-year-old girls pick on 7-year-old boys. You don't hear any of these women going, oh, my little girl is picking on men. No, that's okay. This is why single women are sick of you. Yeah. Single women are sick of us because they don't have any agency. They're just, blowing in the wind. They're at the whims of men and their proclivities. We have Briefolt's Law, which is all we need to see. Briefolt's Law states that women have all the power in the world. Women are the ones who make all the decisions, in truth. And it's true. The only reason men have done anything is because they thought, if I do this one thing, a girl will be impressed with me, and then I'll get to be with her. It'll be awesome. Really, that's what it's all about. That's what male behavior is all about, trying to attract women. So, Mr. Viking here, you don't know what you're talking about. And hopefully you enjoyed this. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you all next time.